Hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my August and September favorites. I actually did my August video, I just never remembered to post it because August was insane. We did a birthday party, we did camping, I did some art journal workshops. I did a lot of things, and I feel like for the last month and a half, it's been every half week there's been a new project I've had to focus on. So anyway, this is my August and September favorites thus far. Okay, first off, I'm going to start with a game. Well, a game. I'll start with a game. This is our most recent favorite. This is One Night Ultimate Werewolf. Very short games. If you need to know how to play the rules, there's so many videos on YouTube to watch. My kids enjoy doing that whenever we're learning a new game. We checked this out from our library, and this basically, there are different cards. It's a very small game, very portable, and they're werewolves, and the werewolves are trying to obviously get everybody else, and there are different roles that you get. So there's werewolves, there's a seer who can see one other person's identity, there's a drunk who doesn't know who they are at all because they switch cards, there's a troublemaker who can switch cards, a robber who can steal an identity and see what that person says. And so basically there's an app, or you could read it out loud, either one. The app is free, that says you close your eyes and everybody has to do the actions for their particular characters. Werewolves know who the other werewolves are at the beginning of their turn, unless the identities get switched, which of course they do sometimes. Sometimes you might be the werewolf and you don't even know it. So how this works is at the end of the actions, everybody opens your eyes and you have to use your powers of listening, powers of persuasion, powers of coercion or cooperation to survive if you're a werewolf or if you are a villager. If you're a villager, you want the werewolves dead. If you are a werewolf, obviously you want your team to win, and there are people who can work with the werewolves. Anyway, very short games. You can do a round in about 8 to 10 minutes. There are several expansion packs. I guess I even saw one that plays up to 75 people, which I thought was incredible. We always tell our kids, this is a game in which case you can lie, and you have to lie to be able to win. So it's kind of fun for them to kind of know those boundaries, but very easy. This was $12. We checked it out from the library, and then my almost 7-year-old decided that he needed to purchase it because it was brilliant. So that's the first thing. Second thing is another game, Prime Climb. This is a math game that has been on my radar for a very long time. It basically, there are spirals, it goes up to 101, and you have to use your dice rolls to perfectly get 2 of your pawns to 101 without going over. You add, subtract, multiply, or divide, and you can bump people and send them back or get cards to kind of help you with your mission. I will be talking about this in another math video that I'm going to be doing. Anyway, I have been waiting for this game for a long time, and it went on sale. I'm really glad that I bit the bullet and got it, because it is one of my favorite ways to practice the multiplying and dividing that we're working on right now. And it's fun. It's good for any ages. It's good for people who are not homeschoolers, but just really like kind of brain games. Yes, perfect. And you could play it, you could probably even play it one player if you wanted to, although it wouldn't be as much fun because half the fun is bumping people. But anyway, Prime Climb. Next up is my new water bottle. I actually got these for most of the people in the family because we had a few other ones that are still being used. I'm trying to move towards zero waste and also drinking more water. So this is a Swell Bottle. It keeps your beverages colder or hot, and I've been drinking a lot more water since having these around. My kids love them. Very durable. This one's steel. Yeah, and it has so many different colors, so I'm enjoying that. It does keep things cold, especially if I add ice. It'll keep cold for a very, very long time. I've been just keeping them in the fridge whenever I don't have them in my purse, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Next thing is actually a technology thing. I am really hard on pretty much everything, and this cord is the Belkin Cord for your iPhone. I have an iPhone. It's actually what I'm filming on currently, and it has reinforced rubber here and on here, and I get so annoyed with the Apple product, like the Apple cords, because I don't know how many I've killed. A lot of them. They're just not durable, and I like that these are reinforced, so whenever I'm charging my phone, I don't have to, I don't know how many I've killed. It's been a lot. My husband was getting really tired of it. So the Belkin Cord, and I just got it, I think, at Meijer or Target. So next thing is actually something that my husband did, and I really was excited about. I've been kind of eyeing it for myself, but I don't need clothes right now. He desperately needed new clothes, and so we ordered a Stitch Fix because they also service men as well. And he just filled out a very thorough, lengthy survey about what clothes he does like, doesn't like, what our lifestyle is like, and what price range he wanted to pay for them, as well as his sizes. And then they sent, within, I think it was here within a week or so, they sent him 5 different articles of clothing. Some of them could be accessories if you wanted, but he got 5 articles of clothing. And then if you keep all 5, you get a 25% discount, which we ended up doing. The 5th item was a blazer, which he wasn't sure about, but it was a $120 blazer, and because we were getting the discount, it was like $8 to keep it, and I liked the blazer on him. So anyway, that said, I really, really enjoyed getting that for him. I'm excited to get another one when we get a little bit more money in, because yes, he needs new clothes. And yeah, if you are not a shopper and you feel overwhelmed by that, I think it's a great idea to do. And you can specify how much you want to pay in there as well. I think it's just really kind of a fun thing to do. So maybe I'll do it sometime. We'll see. And I might even do an unboxing, which I don't ever do, but I could. Next up is ShakeTube videos. I am really excited. Lucas Schist Books started doing ShakeTube, which is a read-along of different Shakespeare plays. I'm planning on posting hopefully one before we go on vacation on Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm behind, and it doesn't really matter because my channel, my rules. But if you are intimidated by Shakespeare or kind of interested, I would really recommend looking up ShakeTube videos. I will link his intro video down below so you can kind of see that. And if you are a booktuber who does videos, maybe join in on the fun. So next up is another YouTube thing, and it is Problems of a Book Nerd. I kind of have a channel crush on her. She did Watch Buffy with Me, a love song, which was an original song that she wrote and played, where she sings about cuddling and watching Buffy all day. And it just sounded perfect. Yeah, I thought it was a really, really great idea. It was super fun. Emily Arg Schooling, if you've not seen it, go watch it immediately because it was pretty great. So yeah, watch Buffy with me, and I'll link that below as well. Next up is a book Olive posted, BookTube Imposter Syndrome. And I think we've all been there, especially if we've been doing the channel longer than, even at the beginning, you feel like I shouldn't be doing this because I don't know what I'm doing. Lately, I've been stammering a lot more just because my brain is so overloaded with life. And so then that eats up my self-confidence. Should I even bother with this? I haven't been able to put in as much as I would have liked. Yeah, and you know what? Screw that. Because, again, your channel, your rules. If you want to talk about things that aren't books on your channel, do that. If you want to talk about one book that you read a month, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm so tired of feeling like I'm not enough. And I've been feeling like that a lot lately. The Eclipse, when we watched it at the 99% viewing area instead of the 100% viewing area that I'd already paid for, because I just didn't have energy to take the kids the extra. It was going to end up to be extra hours with the traffic, but sometimes 99% or whatever you have to give is just fine. It really is. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that, and I've already talked a little bit about that, but I really enjoyed the video. And if you've been feeling like you're not enough at all in whatever you're doing, whether it's on BookTube or not, I recommend watching that one. So another thing is I have been binge watching zero waste minimalism videos. I will link my playlist below of ones that I've really enjoyed. Allie Cherry is kind of like a mainstay in the minimalist arena. But Allie Be Minimally, sorry. I've enjoyed her recently because she's actually has a family, and zero waste and minimalism with a family is really different from zero waste minimalism without a family. Yeah, I had a conversation last night, my girls' night, and they were just saying, like, how can anybody even do zero waste? And I said, I don't think I'm ever going to get to 100%. And I'm not like mean about like, you must do this or whatever. That's so not me. And I'm not succeeding as much as I would like. But I remember, 10 years ago doing grocery bags, bringing my own bags, and everybody looking at me like, oh, you brought your own bags. And now it's like an option on the menu. And I think the more we do little steps, the better off we get. And the more it becomes normal. So I've really enjoyed that. A couple other things. Remembrance. It is a movie I watched streaming on Amazon. It stars Christopher Plummer in it. And whoa, I really need to look into it. I don't think it's a book, but it needs to be a book. I'm not going to tell you the twist because it's so good. I saw a little bit of the twist, but not like the whole thing. If you are a thriller person who likes World War II fiction, it was really good. Christopher Plummer plays an older gentleman who at the beginning of the movie loses his wife, and he and his friend have made this deal that he is going to now go and find this guard that was with them in Nazi Germany. This guard has been living as an American in America, saying that he was a survivor and really he was a Nazi guard. And so it's this old man who doesn't remember things at all. So he has this thing written down, and he goes off by himself. And you're just like, is he going to be okay? Is he going like? And just the journey of there's a certain set of people that could be the person, but he doesn't know exactly who the person is. He knows them when he'll see him, and it's just like you're just on the edge of your seat as you go through and see all of these different people and how they play into the Nazi Germany storyline. Oh my gosh, I was glad I was not watching it alone. Anyway, I really recommend Remembrance with Christopher Plummer, and he's the guy who played Captain Von Trapp in Sound of Music. I had a huge crush on him when I was little, so I really like Christopher Plummer, and I think he's just killing it as old man too. So next up is a TV show, Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland. That's another one. I'm like, oh my gosh. So if you don't know what that one is, I think it's on ABC. We've been streaming it through Hulu. So I guess whenever there's an important political thing like the State of the Union address or whatever, there is one person chosen to be a designated survivor, a lower ranking cabinet official who is in a safe area so that if something happens, they can take over the presidency or the government, whatever. And so in this particular scenario, Kiefer Sutherland is the Secretary of HUD, and actually the almost fired Secretary of HUD. And then within the first 5 minutes, you find all this stuff out. I'm not spoiling much. Yeah, and then he becomes the president because the Capitol was blown up during the State of the Union. It's been really interesting to watch right now, looking at bipartisanship, looking at how people kind of pull and maneuver in Washington, looking at a man who really wants to do the right thing but then feels like you can't make everybody happy. It's given me a lot of empathy for politicians, which I probably need right now. I really recommend it. Next up, and I think this is the last thing I'm going to share because I don't want this video to go too long, is a recipe. Green bean potato salad. This like blew my mind. I would make it probably once a week, twice a week if I could. My husband would get tired of it. My kids loved it. They said it was one of their favorite things I've ever made. Basically, you blanch or cook some green beans, obviously cut the ends off or whatever, and some potatoes, some diced potatoes. You can use gold ones or red ones. Cook that in a little bit of water. Once they get a little bit soft but not mushy, then you drain them, and then you're going to saute some shallots. And once you have that done, you put the green beans and the potatoes back in with some Dijon mustard, white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar. It doesn't really matter. I put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there as well. Chopped up some basil, and I think Dijon mustard. Did I already say that? I don't know. Salt and pepper, obviously. I I'm not a recipe person. But I really, really love the salad. You can adjust it using different seasonings if you would like. I really recommend this. It's vegan, so that's pretty awesome, as well as it's healthy and fairly easy and one dish. So you can't really go wrong. I mean, I guess you could move it to a casserole dish, and then it's good hot or cold. I would literally just eat this every day. So those are my favorites for the months of August and September. I've been reading some. I lost my Kindle, which I actually just started reading on regularly, so that's been a bummer. Yeah, and as far as books that I've been reading, I listened to a few. I've been still working on Ken Follett as well as the Outlander series. So I don't know, my reading has not been as exciting the last few months, and that's okay. That's okay. I've been doing other life, so that's all right. I'll talk more about some other books once I get back from vacation. So I've got a whole big list for that. I will talk to you all later, and yeah, have a great new month. October is almost here. Sorry about the lighting starting to change. Bye.